Hi, welcome back to the episode. Hey, welcome back. So, in episode 3, I will teach you about autoresponders, right? In the previous episode, I told you a little about autoresponders, but in this one, we'll do the complete practical and we'll understand it better, right? So, first of all, what is autoresponder? So, here in this slide of my presentation, you can see it is written Introduction to Autoresponder. But I think I'll give you example first through which you can understand the concept very easily. Now, suppose I have created a campaign. In that campaign, what I'm supposed to do is I am giving an offer throughout the year. You just have to fill the form on my website, right? Against which I will give you 1 month free exercise technique, right? Let me repeat it again. So I am a gym owner, and to acquire new customers, what I have to do is I have to give something for free. So I have created campaign, right? In what I have written is you just have to fill this form if you want to receive 1 month exercise plan, right? So what will happen on daily basis, a lot of people will visit my website and will fill the form in order to get 1 month exercise free. So my plan is that whenever someone will fill the form, I will send him or her 30 days exercise plan on a daily basis, right? For example, today is Monday. So if I have signed up on Monday, then from now onwards, the gym will send me every day a new exercise for next 30 days, right? Plan looks good, amazing. It's a very nice technique to generate lead, and further the person can be even converted via good follow-up. But let's now talk about the feasibility. Practically, is it possible for us to identify the daily people who have signed up and send them what according to their days of subscription, right? First, fewer cases, yes, it is feasible, it is practical. But if we get somewhere 1,000 2,000 subscribers on a daily basis, then it is not going to be very feasible for us to keep a track that who is going to get which day's exercise on particular date, right? It is not feasible, it's not practical, you can't manually keep the track. So is in this, what I can do is I would create a sequence of mail which has to deliver on particular date. For example, I have subscribed your list or subscribed the offer on Monday, right? So that day would be day zero, right? The day on which you subscribe is day zero, right? So on that day when I subscribe, it is day zero. So on day zero, automatically a thank you mail has to be sent, like thank you for register. On day one, first exercise. On day two, second, day three, until day 30. The complete sequence will be advanced. In advance, it will be created, right? And whenever someone will fill that form, that sequence will initiate. So no matter how many people will be filling that form up, right, on which day, on which time, that 30-day sequence will be automatically initiated when someone do the action, right? Well, this 30-day sequence creation process is known as auto responders. So you don't have to send manual mails, you just have to create autoresponder and then initiate it on that particular list, and it will be done automatically, right? So I think this example will give you a little introduction about autoresponders, although I have mentioned some point in the PPT, which I'm going to tell you one by one. Number one is add a message to the autoresponder cycle. You can use existing newsletter, autoresponder, and draft, blah, 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 right? So whatever I have told is all written in autoresponder, right? The steps which is written over here, I'm going to teach you practically as well, right? So if you can see, the next thing what we have to understand is how exactly we can create auto responders. So let's learn it by doing some practical approach. For that, again, I would be going over here, right? So I'll just click on the, I just want to go on the home page, right? And now here in the menu section, I'll click menu, and there we go. I have autoresponders option. So I'll click on autoresponders, and then I'll click create autoresponders. I click over here. right? So you have to write autoresponder name because this has to be unique if you want to identify. So I'll write test one. So on which day it has to be initiated. Okay, so day zero, that means the day on which the particular person has subscribed, in simple word, has filled the form, right? You have to select the list. One thing which you have to note that autoresponders are always initiated in a list. It cannot be initiated for a particular account. It cannot be initiated for a particular source. It cannot be initiated for a particular email ID. Only list level can be initiated in terms of autoresponder. For example, I have 5 lists with me, so I can choose that list one will be having any autoresponder or not, list two or not. So I can choose one by one. So right now I'm going to put autoresponder to website source OSL, which I have created in the previous episode. Right now it is asking me when you want to send this automatic message, right? So immediately means the moment on 0th day, the moment the person has filled the form, send this mail to that person automatically. All right. So there you can also control that on which day your autoresponder should work or not. But if you are going for a longer campaign, don't turn off any of the dates. But if your business has this kind of requirement, please go ahead with that. Now, what is the newsletter you want to send? Because autoresponder is just a technique. Actually, we are sending newsletter in an automatic manner. So if you want to choose existing newsletter, you can choose from here. But if you want to create a new one, you can click over here and create new one. So I'm just going to do that. How to execute? So again, the same process, message name. So I just have to write message name. So I'm just going to write test one because I'm just testing. Subject same, I'm just keeping the same subject, right? Next step, because I'm not going to do each and everything because it was already discussed in the episode 2. Now I have to choose the template which I want to send. So in previous episode I told you how to use this template. So this time I'm going to teach you how to use the plain text. So I'll click on plain text, and you can write plain text as well. So I'm just going to showcase you how you can write. So you can write dear, and you can also add personalization. So automatically the receiver's name would be given over here. So I choose first name, then comma. This is a test auto responder for a thank you mail, right? Thanks. So, right, I have written this autoresponder. Now what next I have to do is I have to click next step, right? And now it is available. Fine. Well, once it's done, you can save and publish. So I'll click on save and publish. As you can see, it's done. So you can see on list, which is named as website source OSL, whenever someone will be registered or fill any source which is pointing that data to this list, will be automatically send this particular mail at the time of sign up. So this is an automatic mail. Whenever someone sign up any form or any of the other resources which is directly linked to this particular list, they will be sent a mail on the time of subscription, right? So similarly, you can also set that on day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, what I want to send, right? So it will be more feasible to check if I create this in a calendar format. So when you will click over here, it will give you a calendar form, right? As you can see, on 0th day we have already done the autoresponder activation. Maybe I want to go with the first list. I'll click on plus, and then you can see, so I'll test one. So on day first list, again I have to change because I am working on the website source list. Right now this is a different option. So since the subscription was done on 0 day, now it is asking when you want to send the mail, at the same time when the person signed up, or at a fixed time, or with a delay of. So if you want to send the mail on the same time the person signed up, then you have to select the first option. If you want to send the message 2 hours or 3 hours delayed by the time they signed up, then you can go with the second one. And if you want to send the message exactly on particular time, then you can select exactly. So I have chosen exactly, and I may select somewhere like 2 p.m. Okay, so this is my time of sending. So if I take the same case of Jim, then I can send it on 5 at 5 a.m. so that people when they wake up they can get this mail in their inbox and they can initiate as per the instructions. Now again I have to choose or create a new mail. So I will, this time I'll teach you how to choose the existing one. So you can select. So since I do not have any mail which I have previously created, so I'll go with the new one, right? And in this process I will teach you how to create any newsletters by scratch, right? So again I will go with test subject, next step. All right, and in this time I'll show you start from scratch. So I'll click over here, right? I can select any of these, but I personally like is a blank template. All right, so I can create it from beginning. So I just drag and drop it here, right? Pre-header, which is important. You should always do that. Right now, I want to keep an image over here. So now, what image? So I'll just click over here. So I think it's loading. That is why it's taking some time. I think it got hanged. So I'll just put one image. Yeah. So I can select from free Shutterstock, or I can also upload any image if I want. So why not just use, let's use this one and delete this, right? And if you think that, okay, I want to add a headline above this image, so we can do that. We just have to understand where is the text. So there is the text block. I'll drag and drop. I don't want this amount of text, so I'll just delete this. I want to make some changes, so I can write here is the exercise number 1, right? And if I want to make any changes, I can just select it, my favorite font, and I can, increase the text size, and I can also put it in between central position. So now when it is done, here's the exercise number 1. I have added the image. Now, if I want to add any button, I'll just click over here, right? And watch video of the exercise. Then I can put any URL. So again, I'm going to use the same URL and put it over here. There we go. So it's done. So if you want to write instructions, then you can also add some, this kind of block where you can add text and image blocks. So I'll just put it over here. And I have to do this. So there's a mistake. If you find any kind of mistakes like this, you can just drag and drop like this. Wait a minute, I think. All right, no problem. I mean, just because I am not using a mouse, it is giving me some trouble, but I think now I can properly do this. Reason because I got a lot of, yeah. So if you can see, it's done, and I'll get back to the normal size. So these are some of the technical errors you may get from the email software, but some of the hacks can always help you to come over, right? So now I can choose image. So I'll definitely, select any of the random one so that it can be done, and I can write some text over here, right? So you can see your autoresponder for day 1 is ready. Similarly, you can create autoresponders for day 30. So what we are doing, anyone when signing up for my list via form or landing page form, no matter where it is coming from, when someone sign up for these kind of offers, right? And if you want to send a fixed set of sequenced mail, then you have to use auto responders. So now next, if assuming that this is ready, I will click next step, right? And then I can click save and publish, right? So as you can see, when we see this calendar, right? Day 0 is done, day 1 is done. Now you can, create the complete calendar for next 30 days. Next 30 days starts when someone sign up, right? You can further extend this autoresponder to somewhere 128 days. I will try to showcase you. Okay, so you can create autoresponder for 109 days maximum. That is huge. That is more than 3 months. All right. So this is how we create auto responders. Fine. So I hope you have understood this autoresponders option properly, and you can create autoresponders as well if you want to. Right now, tell me. I want to tell you that. Where to use autoresponders. So if you know that your audience may require a lot of follow-ups, then you can go with autoresponders. If you're running any offer that require fixed set of emailers that is mandatory to be sent, then this is important. If you're selling an online course where every course details has to be sent sequentially, then you can use autoresponders, right? Mostly if you think that this set of emails has to be delivered, that is for sure, then you can use auto responders, right? So also in the previous episode I told you that this is how we can send the email, right? So we tried to creating an email newsletter, and we also sent that where 1 minute buffer time was there. So I would like to show you that I received that email in my inbox, right? And that too in primary inbox. For example, this is the email. So I received this email in my primary inbox, and I'm more than happy, right? So yeah, fine. So as you can see, this is also working as well, right? So what could be better than this? We have initiated email marketing. We know how to do bulk mailing, and now our bulk mails are getting into primary inbox as well, right? So I really hope that you have understand autoresponders, how to create it and how to execute this process. Now I have a task for you, right? I want you to create autoresponders for 7 days for the same example what we have discussed in the class. So I want you to go back to the minutes where I was discussing about the example, understand that properly, write down the details and create an autoresponder, right? If it works, then it's good. If it is not working, then please let me know by giving me a mail on savino@orionators.com. Right? So this is what I have to teach you under autoresponders. See you in the episode 4. Till then, bye and